This is a Porsche Boxster 986 and I'm going to show you 6 reasons why you should buy one of these cars right now. What's going on YouTube? My name is Satch, and if you want to see more Porsche hints, tips, reviews and guides, please consider clicking that subscribe button and clicking the bell so you don't miss a single thing. I post new Porsche videos every single Thursday. And on to this Porsche Boxster 986. This is a 2.7, it's a 2000 model, and I really wanted to share with you my experience. The reasons why I think you should buy this car are purely based on the experience that I've had with this car. Of course, it's typical that it's actually now starting to rain, so let's get this video done. And you're going to want to stick around till the end of the video, because at the end of the video I'm going to show you how you can win this exact Porsche Boxster 986. So please stick around till the end of the video and I'll show you how you can do that. So before we get into the video, I want to hear from you guys, and I want to hear what your very first Porsche was. If you haven't bought a Porsche yet, what will your very first Porsche be? Please put a comment in the box below. I love to read all of your comments and I'll try to reply to them all as much as possible. Okay, so number 6 on the list is something that draws any prospective owner to these cars, and that is before they start looking at reliability, practicality, you know, petrol consumption, things like that. It is, of course, the looks of the car. Now, I'm not saying this is the best looking Porsche Boxster 986 on the market right now. It's not on the market. But take a quick look at this car and tell me what you think in the comments below. And when you stand this car up against its rivals, such as the BMW Z3, the Audi TT, the MX-5, it holds its own every single day of the week and twice on a Sunday. It's a beautiful, beautiful little sports car for very little money. And speaking of money, that takes us on to item number 5 on the list. It is the price of these cars. You will be amazed at the price of these cars. These cars are available for such little money. Now in the UK, you can pick one of these cars up for as little as £3,000. I'll put the conversion on the screen right now for US dollars, but I'm not necessarily saying you should go out and buy one of these cars for £3,000 even. You know, you'll always need to do your checks, you'll always need to do your homework with regards to what can go wrong with these cars. You might even need to budget £1 or £2 extra to make sure that you can put anything right with the car that has potentially gone wrong or potentially will go wrong with the car. I have made a guide on things that will go wrong on this car. I'll put the link to that video in the description below this video. And you know, even if you were going to buy one of these cars for £6,000 or £7,000, it still represents absolutely amazing value, fantastic price per phone, or smiles per miles, or smiles per gallon, or whatever you want to call it. Even at £6,000 or £7,000, it'll give you just as much fun as the newer cars, which are costing £30,000 to £40,000. So number 4 on the list is servicing and maintaining these cars. These cars are not as expensive as you think, and as expensive as people will tell you they are to maintain, upkeep and keep in good condition. Yes, there are a few things which you will have to pay a lot of money for, but the general servicing of the car, you know, things like your oil filters, your ignition coils, your spark plugs, you know, you can do a service on one of these cars. If you wanted to do the work by yourself, you could get all of the parts and do the work for yourself. It costs about £100. If you wanted to give it to a garage, I've done a search of 3 local garages, 3 Porsche specialists local to me, and they will do a major service on this car for £350. So that's all of your filters, all of your fluids, that will be the ignition coils, and of course the spark plugs as well. For £350, that's pretty good going when you consider it's probably about £30 more than a VW dealer will charge for a VW Golf. So the general misconception is these cars cost a lot to maintain and service. It's a lie. Don't believe it. And while on the subject of servicing and maintaining, I'd highly recommend the iCarSoft POR version 1.0 kit. This is going to allow you to diagnose a lot of systems like engines, ABS, transmission, airbags, oil service resets, and it's highly recommended for every single Porsche owner. It doesn't necessarily mean if you've got a Boxster, if you've got a Cayenne, a Cayman, a 911, and Panamera, anything else, a Macan, we highly recommend this kit. I'll put the link to this kit in the description below this video. Okay, so number 3 on the list is the community that you'll be faced with when you buy one of these cars. Despite the perception, not all Porsche owners are assholes. It couldn't be further from the truth. These myths are generally fabricated by jealous, over-dramatic, over-opinionated buffoons, and they have little else to turn their attention to. So I've been in the Porsche Club now for 2 or 3 years. I'm also an active member on the forum, an active member on the 911 UK forum, and there's no shortage of help, advice, or information when it comes to working on your car, or if you've got a problem with your car, you're just unsure about something, there'll always be somebody there to help you along the way and give you help and advice. But it's not just the forums, it's getting out and meeting people firsthand. You know, with the Porsche Club, they do a lot of meets and a lot of events where people, all the Porsche guys can come together, they can have conversations with it, and it's an absolutely fantastic way to, you know, make friends and meet new people, meet like-minded people. And it doesn't matter whether you own a £100,000 911 or a £5,000 Porsche Boxster. Everybody's treated the same. We all have the same passion for these cars, and I guarantee you'll make friends for life. You might go into it thinking, well, I don't need to make friends for life, I've got enough friends. You'll meet people, and I think you will become friends with them, but it's entirely up to yourself. What you put into the club, you get out of. All right, so now we're down to number 2 on the list, and number 2 on the list is the investment opportunity. This was the very first generation of the Porsche Boxster, the birth of the Boxster, if you will, and it will always be respected for that. And it was also the car that saved Porsche from going out of business. And right now is the time to buy if you're looking for an investment. And prices are low, stupidly low. Even the fantastic example, low mile cars, the prices are really low on these cars. And I predict that the next 5 years, these cars will start going up in price. Not by huge amounts, you know, because there are a lot of these cars on the market. Part of the reason why a lot of the air-cooled stuff is so high in price is because there aren't a great deal of them around. So how do you make money on one of these when there are a lot of them around? Well, you really need to look for the pristine and the concourse condition cars. You also need to look for low mile cars. I think there's 2 for sale on the Auto Trader right now under 15,000 miles. There's one with about 12 and one with about 14,000 miles. Both of these cars are coming in at under £15,000. They would be my best bet to make money on these cars. People are going to look for concourse condition, they're going to look for low miles. Even at £15,000, this is still a fantastic car, an amazing car for that money. So that would be where I'd put my money if I was looking for an investment in one of these cars. And you could probably double your money in, say, 10 years' time. Just my opinion, of course. If you disagree with that, put a comment in the box below and tell me what you think. At the end of the day, it's a classic looking Porsche convertible. Demand will always be high for these, and it has such fantastic classic looks. Okay, so as you can see, I've managed to climb my way into the cockpit of the Boxster. The number 1 reason why these cars are so popular is simply because of their fantastic performance. Oh. And these cars have a near 50-50 weight distribution. It's a mid-engine car, so it's so well balanced. It doesn't matter whether you're driving it on the road or whether you're driving it on the track. The car is always so planted, and it responds so directly and so well to exactly what you ask it to do. As I mentioned earlier, this is a 2.7 model, but whether you're driving the 2.5 or the 3.2S, I guarantee you'll have just as much fun. And when I'm driving this car, it has my full attention. I can't think about anything else. I can't think of what's bothering me, anything else that's going on in my life. I'm purely focused on driving the car. It has my full, undevoted attention. You know, it's not a new car, it's not an exotic car, it's not an electronic car, so basically every input that I do in this car, every move of the steering wheel, every touch on the accelerator, the brake pedal, I'm feeling everything that I do in this car through the controls, through the things I'm touching. Yeah, okay, it has ABS, which is a good thing, because if it didn't have ABS, then half of these cars would be dead by now. They'd end up in a ditch or in a wall, and people would have probably died because they're so addictive to drive in a spirited manner. It's a stimulating interaction between car and driver. And personally, I don't think any other car makes me feel like this. No other manufacturer other than Porsche makes me feel like this. They make you feel so attached to the cars, and that is why I believe you should buy one of these cars. Right, so I mentioned earlier in the video that you could actually win this car. It's true, believe me, it's true. I'm going to give this car away. It's really pretty simple. All you need to do is click on that subscribe button. Make sure you're a subscriber. Once the channel gets to 100,000 subscribers, I'm going to give this Porsche Boxster 986 away to one of those subscribers. Obviously, I'll give out further instructions when the channel does hit 100,000 subscribers, hopefully sooner rather than later. So, if you're interested in Porsche videos on YouTube, please consider clicking that subscribe button. I post new Porsche videos every single Thursday, and I do lots of hints, tips, reviews and guides, and it would be great to have you around as a subscriber. Thanks for watching this video. I hope you've enjoyed it. If you do, please click that like button, and I'll see you on Thursday for the next video.